Alright, so here's another episode of me on Minecraft. This is my city I call Badassadom because I did it in survival mode, the majority of it. The only thing that I did cheat on was the glowstone, and that's because trying to mine that stuff out of the nether is ridiculous. But I've been working on this for a couple of hours every day, and I try and do as much as I can in survival. Now what you see over there is a secret place that I'm going to show you when it's all over with. It's actually kind of cheated because I couldn't get enough quartz mined out of the nether in order to build it, so I kind of cheated a bit with it too. Actually, I only learned to do the cheat thing from my stepson. He told me what the game mode switching was, and I'm still pretty bad at it. I'm probably going to end up doing it in this as I'm walking along all these walkways that I built so that I can fly around quickly and show you everything. But that right there is to keep the monsters out, because if they do spawn on the walkway or in this building, I do not want them getting into certain sections, because then I'll have creepers blowing everything up, and I really don't want creepers blowing it up. Creepers are like the bane of all Minecraft people's existence, and you and I both know that. They're aggravating and annoying, and now with their new mechanics where if one's going to explode the others move away, it makes it a lot harder to deal with all of them in a pack. But I keep things lit well enough that that shouldn't happen. Now here is a second house that I built away from my other with walkways and a little crow's nest, as you saw. And I'm going to show you the interior of this house. I haven't decorated it at all yet. Still haven't decorated it. I've just been working on the main structure and getting everything put together the way I want it. And maybe, just maybe, if I can set up a Minecraft Realms thing, I'll have my own world that people can come to and live and play in, and that will be fun. Because playing by yourself, you know, is when you're annoyed by people out there in certain survival situations on certain servers. You want to do your thing without worrying about getting griefed. This is why I've built this world, because I get tired of having all my stuff griefed or having to live completely underground. Now, I'm moving upstairs where I put a fireplace, and here's a little hole. The smoke doesn't come out, but it'd be cool if it did, out of the top of the chimney part. So I'm probably going to get up there at some point and put another piece of netherrack in there and set it on fire so that, you know, smoke will come out of the top of the chimney and it'll look more realistic. Now this white pattern on the floor is supposed to be like a cobra, although it doesn't look very good because I'm not a Minecraft artist. I just build stuff. Now I can build spheres. I have a sphere video, but I also use a website to help me map out in detail making my spheres. But I enjoy the views of the housing that I've built, and most of them are all east-west aligned, so the sun rises in the front and sets in the rear, or rises in the rear and sets in the front. And yeah, this is just my basic little house here. I've had a lot of fun building it. I've fallen a lot of times putting it together. Thankfully, I'm so right on the edge of water that most of the time I can get myself into the water and not die. I do like the fact that you don't die or, you know, take any damage when hitting water. It's a lot like when I played World of Warcraft. You could dive from you could dive from this cliff and pretty much, you know, not die if you hit water. No water damage. Gotta love it. So here I am continuing down my walkway system. Now a lot of the little cobblestone walling that I've put up is mainly to keep you from falling off, and also that if monsters or mobs spawn on the outside of the wall, they can't get on. But here's the first little view from the crow's nest, or the first level of the crow's nest, and there's the house. You can kind of still see the structures around the area where I used my squatting with a shift key in order to build it. Here I am going up this tall ladder, which actually I fell off of a couple of times because I don't tend to use ladders that often, but I wanted a crow's nest. This one's actually really dangerous because there's no walls around it, but I wanted to have an open view. I built a third little house down there that we'll visit, and actually out of all the houses I built, that's my favorite. I don't know why I like it the most, but it's my favorite out of all the houses. Now, I should have planned the walkways better because it does take a little bit of time of running around to get to places. Like this one is like a spiral that goes around this rock structure in the middle. And we'll spiral around it here. And you get a nice ocean view. It's so pretty. And honestly, if I could have a house that looked like this, boy, would I love to live in a place like this. So we'll go inside, and you see I've got the carpet down, and I like this little feature that I put in, a little room for, smelting and crafting. And then it's got this opened view sort of thing going on because I wanted to make it feel more open to everybody when they're inside. They don't feel so shut in and closed in by the smallness of the house. And I always like to put these balconies so it feels like you have more room than what you actually do. It gives you more of an open feel to your home, not like it's a big closed-in cave that you live in, because the closed-in cave feeling is just not my thing. So I rather take the time to smelt the glass and make the glass and dye it and everything to give it that style in order to, make it feel more welcoming and open to everybody. So now we'll continue forward on down the pathway. I'm trying to run here. I know it takes a little bit of time, like I said, for me to get around, and so I'm going to go ahead and try and cheat this thing. Let's see here. No, I'm already in game mode 2, so game mode 3? It doesn't exist. Okay, so let's try it again. Should be game mode 1, left with one option. There we go. So let's fly. Alright, so as you can see my walkway system, you can see structures where I built to get there. I just haven't tore them down. And really I'm probably not going to because, if I need to repair something, if a creeper blows it up. Now, as you cannot hear the tick, tick, tick since the last time I put it in, you can see that it's not working right here. That it's failed again. It's got to do with the updating of the blocks and stuff when you're outside of the chunk. So I actually put in a reset switch that will actually reset the system whenever it fails to work by using a piston to cut the signal off temporarily. And the tick count is slow enough that that piston has enough time to come out, retract, and reset the entire system without, messing it up. So we'll hit the reset switch. And that was just enough to get the whole system working, as you'll hear. The tick, 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 tick. It's because it's back to working again. And that is what will elevator up all my mob spawns into my house by using droppers and hoppers. And it just feeds it into my house, as you've seen before. And then I built this little walkway with a closed off section to, again, keep the mobs off the walkway. And then we have the one and only, diamond temple that I kind of cheated to build, as you can see, but I wanted something just unusual in this pretty so far uniform place. So I put this stuff in, made the little walkways and the glowies and the lava spills. Now I'm going to try and figure out a way to put in a piston controlled door in order to give it more of a edgy feel to it. Because it's already kind of edgy, but I wish there was a way to hang temple pictures or something that would, suit it. And because as you saw, the roof was made out of diamond, if you look at the shape of the building from the top, hey, it's in the shape of a diamond. The most prized thing in the game. So I have these little lava light walkways that I decided to install down the side here, and they keep the trail lit. And where I originally got all my potatoes and stuff from, I decided to actually build a walkway to it. So I built this little walkway, lit the area up, and it goes directly to the village in which I first found my potatoes and carrots and stuff. And if I ever need food or anything, I can come over here or trade with the villagers. Now, there were certain areas in this village that, as you can see, have these huge underground crevices, or crevasses, or whatever you want to call them. Now, they are kind of filled in to help the villagers get around where they live, because there were some that weren't going into their houses at night. I also added a few doors. I got some lag going on here. Okay, there we go. Lag seems to have stopped momentarily. Oh, wait, no, there we go. I'm lagging. But right here, this place was covered up. That guy was trapped in there, but he has got the coolest stuff. Look at that. Sharpness 2 sword for trade. All you need is a diamond sword and 3 emeralds, and you can get a sharpness 2 sword. So that is actually pretty cool. It's one of the coolest priests that I have run into playing this game so far. I mean, most of them sell pretty neat stuff, but I've never seen one to sell an enchanted sword like that. So hopefully he doesn't get killed at any point, because that is actually pretty cool. So we're gonna just do a little fly around here, let you see everything, all the little walkways, my farm, my tree farm. You guys have seen that already. You've seen how I've expanded my living quarters, and I actually made a video about this immediately after the fact. The best way to end a video, my first trip ever into the end. I figured that would be awesome because I have never been there before, and I figured, why the hell not? And here we go. I am in the end for the very first time.